Hello, friends. Today, I think I would like to talk about AI, uh, more specifically, generative AI. Uh, People call it AI art, but I don't really believe that these images are art. Um, they were once art, they were once images, photos, paintings, drawings created by real humans with actual talent. But they were scraped, uh, fed into an AI model, and essentially blended up and reconstituted into what you see on the screen. Um, my name's Zag. I'm gonna try and continue the Untitled Talkshow thing that my brother and I started literally 5 years ago. I'm looking at my page right now. 5 years ago. Oh man, that's okay. I am currently recording this on a kind of cheap USB mic, the Zeal Sound. My friend Noe got it for me. Thank you, Noe, if you're listening to this. I just found out that I could plug it into my phone, my iPhone, and record a voice memo that way. That's really cool. But today I'm going to be talking about AI, as I said. And probably in the background, I'll put some like Skyrim gameplay or something. I literally pulled the footage from my PS4 through a USB, and that took, I want to say, roughly half an hour just to, like, I want to say burn, just to burn the video to USB. I'm like, wow, that's surprising. But AI, let me get back on track. I've been using the internet for a while, uh, talking to people, right? Lately, I've been on Threads. Say what you will about Threads, but it's pretty fun. Kind of got sucked into it through Instagram, and it was recommending me, hey, look at this thing that we have, look at Threads, and I finally, you know, bit the hook, chomped on the worm, and I'm on Threads. But I saw something on Threads. Some guy was posting a comic that he used AI to generate images for. The entire comic was AI generated. I think he might have fed like a script to whatever model he was using, and then it, created the comic. And I was very quick. When I see stuff like this on the internet, I'm very quick to call it out. Um, I am not shy to say it. I really don't respect people who use AI for, um, you know, visual design purposes. I see stuff like on my campus at my university. We've seen it in ads, and for people who use it for their own personal purposes, I don't care. I don't respect it. I don't, and it makes me upset. Um, so I messaged under this person's post. I said, uh, one, I said, gross. I said, ew. This is yucky, and you should feel bad for using AI to create this image. Why don't you either invest in a real artist, or because it is a skill, you could learn how to create art yourself? And really, I might repeat that several times throughout this recording because that's what I tell people who use AI. Those are my two pieces of advice. One, either hire a real artist or become an artist. It's that simple. Now, do I hate all uses of AI? No, I don't. I just don't respect generative AI. I believe it's unethical because, one, you are uh, stealing the intellectual property of countless artists throughout time that have probably ever posted anything onto the internet. It's being scraped and fed into these AI models for the most part. and just the resources that it consumes, the amount of water and power that these data centers have to literally like evaporate. You're evaporating like gallons of water just to feed this beast. And really, what is it creating of value? You get to make a fun, like Ghibli style image that for some reason is like stained piss yellow for whatever reason. Um, it just boggles my mind. And it's very obvious that some very unintelligent people are using it. Either this is what I think when I see someone using AI. Either you're unintelligent, you are just straight up lazy, um, because you couldn't be bothered to do anything better. I have I have tons of respect for people who will photo bash a crappy like poster in, whatever image editing software they want to use. I have tons more respect for a child who is literally doodling with crayons and color pencils on paper. I have way more respect for people who are creating stupid little doodles in MS Paint and, uh, you know, posting that on the internet than I do for people who are using AI. I know that this opinion is not groundbreaking. It's not new. By the time I post this, it's going to be, a couple years since the advent of AI image generation. But I just felt like I should put my stance on my channel. Um, I guess that's another thing. This channel, I want to show people my art. I have years old videos up here of music, and I put a little funny image on the thumbnail or whatever that I drew or designed. And honestly, looking back, I mean, I think many artists can agree with me. When you look at your old work, it looks like crap to you now. But I want to keep even the things that I think are objectively bad up on this page as a testament to human creativity. To show that when a person decides to make something, to bring an idea or media or whatever, like an image of a song, um, writing a story or a paper, when you are bringing something into the world that did not previously exist, that is special and that is sacred, even if it sucks, even if it is not good, and it by all the standards of like high art critique, it's bad. It is way more valuable than any AI generated image. So I'm kind of beating a dead horse here now. But yeah, this channel um is where I'm going to post stuff that I make. I've mainly posted music that now I kind of cringe at, but whatever. It shows my progress. I posted some funny like meme videos that I've voiced over and added like sound effects and music to. Some sound design stuff, music, my demo album, other original songs that I wrote and sang over. Uh, there's my ADHD video that I actually made for uh, a project for a class that I was in. And I hope to post more like comic dubs and fun stuff that has to do with voiceover. I've been kind of collecting people on the internet that are interested in voiceover, so hopefully we can work on a larger project. There is one thing that I've been trying to do for a while, or it's a project that I've kind of put on the back burner, It's a project that I've put on the back burner, uh, doing like a larger comic dub. Um, of what comic? Well, you'll see if it ever comes out. But it's from one of my favorite like mangas, actually. So that's cool. But I kind of have realized like, wow, through the comic dubs, I've learned like, wow, video editing takes some time. Getting people together to do stuff takes time and effort. Even just motivating yourself to pull out your microphone to record your lines, to record my own lines, and to make music and stuff, that takes effort. Um, and I think that's going back to AI. That's why I don't respect it, because it doesn't take much effort. It doesn't take any effort really when it comes to what the human at the end of the terminal, what are they inputting? They're inputting key phrases. They're inputting, just words. But really, are you creating anything? No. You're regurgitating ideas. You're regurgitating keywords and key phrases to a machine, and then the machine spits out something that it thinks that you might like. At the end of the day, that is what gives things value. Effort and time. And for artists, art is all about effort. We respect the masters because they put so much effort into their work. They spent hours and hours and days and weeks and months on their pieces, while an AI image generator spends a couple seconds, you know, typing up an input to command a machine to generate an image. I think I've spoken enough to prove my point. So, some closing thoughts are, hey, if you're someone who is here, who's listening, if you are kind of on the fence about AI, if you are someone who wants to get better at your craft, here at my channel, I've been trying to get better with my uh, voiceover stuff, my voice talents, singing, music. Um, I don't post a lot of my art on here because I do that elsewhere, but um, you know. But anyways, if you're trying to get better, it's all about effort. It's about practice, consistency, and how much time you're really willing to sink into this endeavor. Um, a lot of these things can be learned. These are skills. People may look at, a very good piece of art, a great song, uh, an awesome story, and they might say, hey, you're so talented. And we have this idea that talent is this inborn trait. It's like an inborn thing. That if you don't have talent, then what good are you? But I want to tell you that I don't believe that. That a lot of these abilities are not simply innate or inborn, they're skills. Uh, there's a line that I actually like to quote a lot to people in my life when they talk about talent. And they're like, oh, well, I'm not talented, or I don't have that ability. It's kind of cheesy, but Bob Ross, the guy who who painted on TV, he said that talent is just pursued interest. So really, whatever you're interested in, pursue it. Spend time looking at paintings. Spend time reading manga, watching animation. Um, Spend time learning the fundamentals about anatomy and color theory and the basics of design, lines, shapes, light and darkness, contrast. You will get better. When you pick up the pencil, when you pick up your stylus, whatever it is that you're using, and you actually decide to make something of your own will, that you put your own time and effort into, I promise that you will see results. It may not be immediate. You may have to make 100 drawings before you begin to improve. You may have to make 1,000 drawings before you get to a point that you are maybe at a level uh, that where you can respect your own skill. But it will be worth it because creation itself is a special thing. It's a sacred act. So, thank you for listening, and I hope you have an amazing day.